Oh, now it's blinking. It never did that before.
What up? Hello.
Do that with yours too. Maybe I just need a little reset. Yeah, now yours is blinking.
Oh, I'm hearing things.
That's all it was. Plug in, plug back in. That's all it was. Headset connected. Who's using?
We got it. You're gonna hear me laugh in a second.
Okay. Okay, yours is flashing.
Say something.
I'm going to say something right now. This is my test. Because I want to make sure my microphone works. Because yours is flashing, mine's not flashing.
Hello. Hello, hello, hello.
If we separate a little bit. Maybe I gotta unplug this and plug it back in and then say one.
And then choose the other profile. Yeah. Alright, unplug yours. Plug it back in.
Yeah, okay, now pick you. Ha! Diggity dog. Now I'm flashing.
Okay. Now, I can tell you, don't get as close as I did when I said hello.
Okay, so maybe like this far?
Think about this far is good.
Okay, so we need to come up with a time marker. What are we at time-wise
I
here?
can set a timer.
Well, I just want to know on this video.
There's not really a timer on these things, unfortunately.
Okay.
I'll just set a timer.
You're gonna run this show.
Okay. Welcome to Games and Gimmicks, the podcast discussing video games, professional wrestling, and everything in between. I'm the Poor Ass Gamer, alongside E. Huffy.
That is me.
E. Huffy,
that is me. You know, I was just going dandy.
So we had a bit of a snafu with our software
Technical
today.
issues,
You know.
man. You know, when we live in a world where I can get directions in the palm of my hand to anywhere on the planet.
Yep.
I can pay for things with my phone. I can play video games with anybody in the world. But we can't multi-track record on certain programs for doing a simple podcast. It's
microphones,
unbelievable.
yes.
It's unbelievable.
So we're going to figure that out. And for this week, we wanted to do a quick little talk about basically the games and gimmicks. PlayStation Plus, Games of the Month.
It's that time. It's the end of May.
End of May.
We gotta talk about the May games.
We always wait till the end of the month to talk about them because
Sure do.
you gotta get enough time to play these games. But so basically, we're gonna talk about two games: Tropico and what was the other one? Tabletop Racers?
Tabletop Racing or
Racing
or Racers,
something like that. So both of these games, I wanted to just Eric, first impression, both. Just give me your just 1, 2 right there.
Don't give it a shot.
Okay.
Either of them.
There you go. That's it. All right.
That's
End of the
episode.
podcast. All
Have
right.
a good
We'll
night,
talk to
folks.
you later, folks.
That's it.
No. That would be pretty much the same for me too as well.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna kind of get a little in depth here, obviously, and just talk a little bit as to why we didn't like this game, both games, and that's a rarity, a pretty rare circumstance.
We've had ones where, and I've had ones that I didn't care for, but there was usually the other one that I'd be like, oh, that was kind of fun or entertaining or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this is the first month where I was not happy with just not happy at all with these games.
Right. So I do think that there's an unfortunate part about some of these games is that you get a lot of different content with the PlayStation Network. However, you do get some crappy content when it comes down to it too as well. So this is the first month where it's like Sony swung and missed twice.
Yeah.
So, and it's not really their fault, I would say, in that regard, but it is that these games are not really as fun.
I will give them credit because
they're trying
Tropico. This was a $60 game on the network. I looked that before I hit the add to library.
Yeah.
So we got a $60 game for free.
For free.
So in that regard, kudos, thumbs up,
and
way to go.
To a lot of people, I would say that if you're looking for a simulation type game, you're going to enjoy this. Interesting thing though, to those watching our live broadcast, I have none of the music on because, quite frankly, it's not really that. It's like. No. Well, anyways, despite all that stuff, Tropico is a kind of interesting game because really it feels like it's the sort of game that needs to be on a PC. And for a lot of people, I think that's where their introduction was with the game.
So this was on PC first?
For a long time. And I think a lot of people played it.
Tell right away by when I started, I didn't even start a new campaign. I did the tutorial. I couldn't even get through the whole tutorial.
Yeah, so I died in playing the level. Like, I just was ousted, I guess, at the end of it because I was so terrible as a leader. So we'll give a little quick introduction to this. Basically, you're like some communist or
you're a dictator,
dictatorship.
Right?
Like, you can pick different styles in terms of how you lead, and there's. I mean, I'll give it this much. I mean, it's a pretty game, right?
Yeah, it looks great.
I mean, it's a great-looking game. You can really get down into all the detail and look at all the grass and people walking around and stuff. But there's just I will say this much. Okay, this is the first time I will admit I did not play a tutorial, right? I didn't play a tutorial. Okay. And it was kind of hard because, did you understand that you had to use L1 and R1 to move in between these different things?
Yeah, in the tutorial they told you.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that.
Right.
So I was missing a ton of information the first playthrough.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not very good, as my current plantation and all this stuff doesn't really have anything going on, and everything else is kind of just left dormant. So, but anyways, I thought it was fun to play, but I always felt like I was missing vital and important information because there's a lot of stuff going on, and it's very hard to kind of keep everything going. I just got confused with everything, basically.
Oh yeah. Well, and you would have still gotten confused with the tutorial. This game, I mean, right when I started playing it, I'm like,